Hello friends, welcome back. Today I wanted to just film a get ready with me, just real life style where I'm just grabbing things to use from my collection. This is one of my very favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes, but this is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. And I'm not for sure if this palette is still available, but if it is, I will link it down below. But I absolutely love this palette. I think it is gorgeous for fall. I thought maybe I would use the Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation again. Wanted to give this like another try just to see if I like it a little bit better now that it's not as humid. Not that I disliked it before, but I just felt like my skin felt so tacky when I used this the last time because of it being humid out. Definitely, at least for me, my skin has a tendency to get a little bit more oily in the summer months. So I need foundations that are a little bit more matte just because my skin will get dewy throughout the day. But I do remember this foundation lasting well, even though my skin was really tacky when I used it. But how have you guys been doing this week? Like I told you guys in my last video that I posted last Saturday, I am changing my video posting schedule, at least for now, until maybe I feel less burnt out or have a little bit more time. I don't know. I was just, like I told you guys, I was feeling a bit overwhelmed with trying to keep up with 3 videos a week. Like I work a full-time job outside of YouTube, so this is not like my full-time job. And sometimes it can just be a lot to keep up with when you are working full-time. It just felt like all I was doing was working, whether I was like at my job outside of YouTube or just working on YouTube stuff. I have been getting into this LA Colors Conceal Correct. This is in the shade Peach, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. Like probably the beginning of summer. I feel like it was April or May when I did those Dollar Tree first impression videos. And when I first used this product, I didn't like it because it was super peachy toned. But I have been using this like underneath my concealer, and I have been using it like a little bit more lightly, and this stuff is amazing for canceling out blue under eye circles. Just in general, my under eyes are kind of more of a bluish color, and this peach really helps to neutralize blue. And it's not super heavy. I don't have issues with this settling into fine lines or anything like that. I do try to apply a thin layer of it, and then I will go over top of it with my concealer. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And I just do a few little dots of this on top of that color corrector. And then I'm just going to use my sponge to blend the concealer in. So if you have blue under eyes and just have a hard time canceling that out, I highly recommend that peach toned concealer. And I'll see if I can link it down below in the description box. I know sometimes when it comes to like Dollar Tree makeup, it's kind of hard to link, but I'm pretty sure that that was one of those products that you could order online. And I might actually be able to find that on Walmart's website, just because I know that some Walmarts carry LA Colors now. And then I'm just going to use the MCO Beauty Miracle Flawless Finishing Powder to set everything. And I might actually use the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection to set my under eyes. I'm just taking this Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. And I'm gonna just lightly use that to set the under eyes. And this powder does such a great job of blurring out the under eye area. I really like this stuff. And the pink does help to brighten and also cancel out those blue undertones in your under eyes. I've still really been loving the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. This has just been my go-to favorite product for filling in my eyebrows. And then I'm just gonna take the little pen and just like fill in any little gaps. And I have the shades in ash brown and in black brown. And so usually what I do is I will fill in with ash brown. And then if there are like areas where I want to like deepen it up a little bit, I'll go in with black brown. But this is such a good little product if you want to kind of draw on like fake brow hairs. Like I feel like it looks really natural and it lasts all day long until I take my makeup off. So this product is just so good. Like it lasts through heat and humidity and just everything. So I highly recommend this. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids with the Milani eyeshadow primer before I go in with my eyeshadow. I think I'm going to use this little brush today. I know I've been using the Morphe M332 in most of my videos, and that is like the brush that I use most days. But I want to use this little blending brush that I got out of an Amazon brush set. This is also one of my go-to favorite brushes. And I'm going to go in with this shade called Go Go. This one right here. And I'm just going to blend this all in my crease and also kind of out here in the outer V. But this was the eyeshadow palette that I used for my wedding. And can you guys believe that it's almost been a year since Josh and I got married? It was in October of last year. That is gonna be here before we know it. Like this year has just went by incredibly fast. And I know like every year we say that, but I just feel like it really has went by so quickly. Then I'm gonna take the Sigma E25 blending. I know, she needs to be cleaned. I need to clean all of my makeup brushes. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I think it's called Groove. Is that right? Yeah, Groove. And I'm going to just stamp this here in the outer V and just take it up into the crease a little bit, just blending with little circular motions out here. I feel like this color pairs so nicely with my necklace. And in a lot of my videos, all my necklaces that I've been wearing, I've gotten at a thrift shop. I've just been so into thrifting, like especially accessories right now. Okay, I'm going back with some more Go Go. And I'm just blending around the edges of that darker color. And then I'm grabbing the Sigma Pencil E30, getting some more of that Groove shade on the tip of this brush, and I'm gonna run this here on the lower lash line and connect that up with the outer V shade. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Mod, and I just got that on the Defining Eye Brush from e.l.f. And I'm gonna use that as like my brow bone highlight. On the eyelid, I'm gonna go in with the shade Helio or Halio, the shade here, however you pronounce that. Pack that on the Morphe M303. And I'm just gonna pat that here all over the eyelid. You could also use your finger to apply that shade. It's like also my nails match this eyeshadow so good. Like this was one of those like Kiss, I think it's like Better Than Nude or something Bare. It's like the nails that are a little bit more like kind of clear. I love these nails so much. So I'll have those linked down below if you're curious about them. And then as per usual, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette in Walking on Eggshells, and I'm gonna use the shade here. Just that shimmery cream, and I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight. This is just like my go-to shade for an inner corner highlight, and a lot of times I use this as my brow bone highlight as well. And then I'm debating on if I want to do any eyeliner or not. I know most of the times I don't do eyeliner, but I might do eyeliner today. Like I'm feeling a little bit more glam. Either that or I could do false lashes possibly. Okay, yeah, I think I am going to do just a little bit of liner. Get my mirror a little bit closer to me here. And I'm just going to use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen in Deep Brown. And I'm also going to drop makeup brushes. Okay, and for my blush, I'm going to use the LA Girl Just Blushing in Just Bare. It's such a beautiful, natural color. It's just one of those blush colors that just doesn't look too overpowering or anything. And I'm just using the Morphe M241 to apply this. This has just been one of like my go-to favorite blushes. It like literally goes with any eye look. And then I thought I would bust out like a bronzer I haven't used in a minute. This is the Milani Silky Matte in Sunlight. Just using the Sigma F30. And I'm going to blend that along the hairline. And yeah, I know I've mentioned this several times, but you know, I switched up the way that I did my bronzer, and I don't know if I can ever go back to the old way. I just love doing my blush first and then bronze after, just because I really don't need a lot of bronzer on the sides of my face too much. I mean, I do kind of take over the leftover bits and just kind of put it there on my nose just to kind of like tie everything together. But I mainly just need to use bronzer up along my hairline, just to kind of like tie the look together and to warm up my face a little bit more up there to add some dimension. I just found that when I used my bronzer first and then my blush, it just really took away from the blush. I'm looking at my highlights here, trying to figure out what I want to use for my highlight today. And it's like, I might use this one again because it's been a minute since I've used this and this is newer to my collection. Or I could use like one of my old school favorites. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in Bloom Time. Yeah, let's do the Wet n Wild one. Just because I don't want any, I mean, this is pretty intense, but it is a little less intense than that NYX one. So I'm just going to apply this very lightly. And I'm just using the Real Techniques setting brush. I think that's what it is. It's just like this one blends into my skin a little bit better than the NYX Butter highlighter. I mean, I do like that NYX one, but if I want something just like slightly a little bit more understated, I like to use the Wet n Wild one, at least lightly. And then I'm going to set everything with my makeup setting spray, and I'm just using the Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray. This is the bridal one. I'm just going to lightly mist that. Off camera, I went ahead and did my mascara. I bet you couldn't guess what I used. The Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is my all-time favorite mascara. I just always come back to that one. It's just like the staple. I keep it in like my rotation of other mascaras I'm like testing out and trying, but more often than not, I'm using that Maybelline Lash Sensational. I just really like it. I think it does a great job of giving my lashes volume and length. I don't have issues with it flaking or smudging. And I'm sorry if you can hear any noises. I think my husband's like crushing cans. I feel like I could just heard him throughout this whole video in the background, but maybe you guys couldn't hear, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, so that's just like my go-to mascara. And I think today I'm gonna share like my outfit that I'm wearing. We're gonna be going out for a lunch date with some friends. And so I just really like my outfit today, so I figured I'd show it to you guys as well. But now we're moving on to the lips. And I'm trying to think, I think I might use one of my vinyl inks, my Maybelline vinyl inks. I have them over here. I'm like thinking about peppy or punchy, wearing one of these two. Like peppy is a bit more like pinky, kind of brownish nude. I'm just gonna swatch these on the back of my hand so I can kind of debate and see what color I want to wear. But peppy is this one, punchy is like the more just like brown nude. This is more of like the pinky nude. Let's put punchy on first, and then maybe if I decide I don't like this, then I'll do peppy. It's like, yeah, this isn't as dark as I want it to be. I also have another one called Fearless. That one is really intense. She's a really dark brownish color. I put Fearless with these others. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. Like how it's darker, more intense. So here's Fearless here. It might be too much for this look, but okay, like if you just apply it a little bit more lightly, it's not too intense, but like if I was to go in with another layer, it would definitely be more dark, more intense. But I've been really into like these very dark lip colors lately, but there's all three of those. So Fearless, Peppy, and Punchy. So I love all three of those colors, and I love this lip color with this necklace, with this eye look. So let me show you guys like my outfit of the day real quick, and then we will end the video. I didn't want to like adjust my camera up because I have it positioned like a certain way for when I'm filming like my makeup tutorial, so I don't want to fool with that, but just to show you like my dress that I'm going to be wearing. And I got this off of Amazon, so I should be able to link this, but this dress is super cute. I have it in this pretty like navy blue, and then I also have it like in a dark green. So any of like my pieces that I'm wearing, I'll try to link them down below for you guys. And I like the length on it. It's just like right at the knee. So you can kind of like see the details on it here with like the smock and then like the little puffy sleeves. So super duper cute. I just tried to zoom you guys back in, but I feel like it might be too close now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me today. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what are some videos that you would like to see from me. And I hope that you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Mwah.